Good morning, everyone. We can bring it in. Good morning. Good morning. We're ready to get started. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sydney Cooper. I have the pleasure of serving as Interim Communications Director for the City of Pittsburgh and the Office of Mayor Ed Gainey. We are here today to celebrate key updates to Pittsburgh's Paid Sick Days Act, updates that we know will have a significant impact, leading to healthier workers, safer communities, and stronger workplaces. Since the Office of Equal Protection launched a compliance campaign in 2024, over 60 formal complaints have been addressed, more than 200 businesses have been reviewed and advised, and countless workers and employers have received education and support. Perhaps most importantly, thanks to the efforts of OEP, we now have hundreds of safe and thriving workplaces to show for it. Access to paid sick leave isn't just a workplace benefit. It's a public health necessity and a matter of basic dignity. No one should have to choose between caring for their health and keeping their paycheck. The Paid Sick Leave Act ensures that workers, especially the most vulnerable, can take time off when they or their loved ones are ill without risking their financial stability. To help us understand what this policy means on a human level, I am honored to introduce Pete Schmidt, Western PA District Leader for SEIU 32BJ, who has seen firsthand the impact paid sick leave or lack of it can have on individuals, families, and entire communities. Pete.
Good morning, everyone. As Sydney said, my name is Pete Schmidt. I'm the Western PA area leader for SEIU Local 32. First and foremost, I want to thank the mayor, council president Lavelle, and the rest of City Council who supported this, and made this a kind of no-brainer to pass. What this means, not just for thousands of our union members here in Pittsburgh who work various service industry jobs, more importantly for the city of Pittsburgh, this means exactly what Sydney just said. People do not have to worry about whether or not they can afford to take off of work to take care of their families, their children, their loved ones who need their care because they can't afford any other care, or if they have to take an unpaid day and lose that money that they need so much. So what this ultimately means for the city of Pittsburgh is that thousands upon thousands of workers, regardless if you work in a smaller business of under 50 employees or over 50 employees, that you now, if at the least, double your sick day count or increase it by 4. And that is a huge win. In a city like Pittsburgh that is trying to grow and retain its younger population, these are exactly the kind of bills we need to be seeing passed at the political level, at the city level. And this is what keeps younger people in cities, that quality of life, knowing that you can follow your dreams and get a job that, in the meantime while you're going to school, you can actually survive off of. So that's what this means to this region, and it is truly a historical piece of legislation. We join the ranks of a lot of other cities across the country that have already done this, and I can tell you right now, other cities will be following suit with what we were able to accomplish here in Pittsburgh when we work together as a team. So up next, I want to invite someone who I've known for decades, who is always in the fight, not just for our union, but for working people across the city of Pittsburgh. Marla Blunt is a decades-long shop steward at the University of Duquesne Food Service, and she's going to speak a little bit as to how this directly impacts her and her co-workers. Marla.
Good morning. My name is Marla Blunt, and I am a food service worker at Duquesne University and a long 34-year member of SEIU 32. And I would like to say, praise be to God for putting paid sick time extension on the hearts of our city leaders. I want to thank everyone in this room who helped make this a reality. Councilman President Lavelle, Mayor Ed Gainey, and all the local leaders who supported this passage. It's important to recognize my union brothers and sisters who showed up multiple times to share their stories for the past 3 months, especially those who made it to the public hearings. Being able to earn 9 paid 6 days is not a luxury. It is a necessity for our well-being and safety of the people we serve. Paid sick days are an essential part of a worker's life. And this expansion will be a lifeline for workers across the city who have been forced to choose between protecting their health and missing a day's pay. I have an elderly parent that I am also responsible for, and this would, if you have a family or if you are responsible for someone else, this is definitely going to change your life. I am so relieved and thankful for the workers will be able to take the time that they need to care for themselves, their families, and protect the people we serve daily, because at one point you had to go to work sick because you could not afford to miss a day's pay because with the ends just aren't meeting these days. So this will definitely change workers' lives. On behalf of my union and all the working people of Pittsburgh, I would like to thank Council President Lavelle, Mayor Gainey, and the workers who showed up to make this a reality. And like I said, this is going to really change the workers and the families of Pittsburgh. And thanks to the city leaders for stepping up and make this a reality for workers. And when we fight, we win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Marla. Unfortunately, Council President Lavelle had a family emergency. However, here to speak in his stead is Councilwoman Deb Gross.
Hi everybody, I'm happy to be here. My name's Deb Gross, I represent Council District 7, the City of Pittsburgh. We fought for this, you all fought for this 10 years ago, right? That was a big fight. I remember you packing chambers. I remember the testimony then, same as we're hearing now. This is really about people's lives and their ability to succeed and their ability for their kids to succeed and their grandparents and their parents to succeed, because there is not enough social safety net out there. And a lot of us are caregivers. And when you need, you're the one that's earning the income for the household, but you're also the caregiver, you shouldn't have to choose, right, between that income and caregiving. You shouldn't have to choose between going to work sick, and we passed this before COVID, right? And it was important then, and now we've really learned a lesson. We don't want you to have to go to work sick, not just for you, but for everybody else. And so we stood together and we argued that we had the right as a city to do this because it was about public health. So it's the right thing to do, both for public health and for our workers and their families. And so thank you all for all of your hard work, and we're proud to stand here with you. And now I think I have the honor of who am I introducing next? I'm gonna let the MC2 take this over, but again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for working together for Care for Pittsburgh.
Thank you so much, Councilperson Gross. Thank you, Councilperson Gross. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Councilman Kahari Mosley. Thank you for being here today. I mentioned to you all earlier that it was the Office of Equal Protection that is enforcing this act, and I would like to introduce Manager Anne Marie Ellison.
Good morning, I'm Anne Marie Ellison. I am the manager of the Mayor's Office of Equal Protection. I'm so glad to be here with you today because of this amendment to the Paid Sick Days Act. Not that long ago, this was a law that was either tied up in the courts or not being rigorously enforced. And now we have built a system within the Mayor's Office of Equal Protection to make sure that Pittsburghers are getting paid sick time off when they're ill. This amendment almost doubles the amount of time that people who are, the people working in the city are able to accrue over the course of a year. That takes it from not really all that much time, if you stop and think about it, to enough time to cope if you are a person with chronic illness, if you are a person with small children, because we know what germ vectors they can be, or if you are a person who cares for elders. And I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to work with members of 32BJ, to work with City Council, who voted unanimously to support this amendment, and to have had the mayor's trust in enforcing this law, educating folks about this law, and making it a regular part of workers' everyday lives in the city. Thanks so much for being here. It's my pleasure to introduce my boss, Mayor Gainey.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Before I start, I want to thank SEIU 32. 32. Listen, without your advocacy, without your support to make life better for people, we wouldn't be here. And so I want to make sure I acknowledge that first, because it's extremely important that people out there understand the power of advocacy is what changes things, particularly when it comes to policy legislation. So I want to say thank you. I also want to thank the Office of Equal Protection, and the reason why that is so important is because if you want to make something a priority, then you got to make sure it lives in the mayor's office. It shouldn't live nowhere else but the mayor's office. That way you have total understanding of exactly what's going on when it comes to fighting against discrimination, unfair labor practices, and unsafe and unstable living conditions. That should be a priority in every mayor's office, to fight against that level of discrimination. So I want to thank Ms. Ellison. Can y'all give her a hand? For setting up meetings around the city with businesses, educating them about exactly what this entails, so there's no discrepancy and facts are not getting lost or convoluted because somebody wants to make something different than what it is. It takes a leader to do that. I'm very proud of the work that you put in to make sure that our business community understand the significance of this. So again, I want to say thank you, and I want to make sure I do it publicly. You know, we got these laws both at the local and federal level. We have strong laws in place to safeguard, to make sure that we're supporting workers' rights and promoting public safety. And that could not be possible if you didn't have partners in City Council that did it. So I want to thank President of the Council, Daniel Lavelle, for his work. I want to thank the council people for their unanimous vote and making sure that this goes forward. This is what it's about. This passage of this legislation, the rate in which employees accumulate paid sick leave and the maximum number of hours they can occur will both increase with this amendment. Though we achieved this significant milestone, our work is not over. Getting the policy right is only the beginning. Like I said, growth, there's a difference between success and growth. You can succeed but not grow, but every time you grow, you automatically succeed. And we should never be focused on success as much as we're focused on growth. Growth guarantees success. The other way don't work. What matters most is how we're going to enforce it and implement it. And so again, we will continue to work with our council and work with our advocate groups to make sure that we're doing it the right way. But this victory is for the people of Pittsburgh. This victory is for everybody who works, that may have to take care of a grandma, that may have to take care of a child that is dealing with special needs. This victory is for you. The more we safeguard against our people and make sure that we got policies in place that help them raise a family, the more we demonstrate that we're not only a union town, but we're a family town. And we're about the families that make up the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Gainey, and thank you to all of amazing participants. At this time, we will move into the ceremonial signing portion of the program. If I can have all of council, oh, you're already in place, thank you for that. 32 BJ and members of the Office of Equal Protection to join Mayor Gainey at the table. Following the signing, we will have a short pause for photos that will conclude our program. Any media interested in asking questions, we will have Ms. Anne Marie Ellison, manager of the Office of Equal Protection, on standby and available for comment after today's event. On behalf of the...
Can y'all give Ms. Ellison another round?
Absolutely.
On behalf of the Office of Mayor Ed Gainey and the City of Pittsburgh, thank you for joining us, and I wish you a great week. We'll move into the signing.
I didn't say this out of me.
Go right ahead. Councilman King, she come in front of you. Perfect, yep, you're a little short. All right, let's do it. Perfect, I want to give other members an opportunity to take photos. Everyone good? All right, thank you.